It's such a weird spot. Watching everyone around me flow through life like it's a breeze. When I'm so fucking lost I can't see shit through the trees. A hell of a televangelist, angering upper management, thumbing through something others would say, causing me damages. My brain is stuck on panic, lazily labeled manic, afraid of the medications, placating and panoramic. Reaching for some nicotine, can someone help me out please? Born in a fucking swamp, amoebas just some creepy crawlies. Pitch black, find us flying through the sky at night. I think it's rich that all that time you lost, it's just so sad that you can't get back any of it. Call your coven, invest in some witchcraft, 'cause once you hear us coming, heads are bobbing like it's whiplash. We think that shit's whack.
Satellite internet to data collected from the National UFO Reporting Center says Maine has had more than 900 sightings.
Emerge from the clouds, dead of night, it's time to visit folks. Park the UFO, the lights and woofers in your systems go. Crop circle country, might hear from us overnight, like our 0 to 100s, Holy Ghost to poltergeist. Left foundation shook as an ode to the shimmy. Eradicate you lames to infinity and beyond. Planetary opponent limbs tearing the mosh pit. Bass rattle in the skulls of kings we deck the halls with. We exist to disappear, behold the mythic wonders as a short and simple fuck you to big brother's bigger brother. Can't contain what you can't see, amoebas are some sonic souls, cutting teeth and carving out our lanes. We paved a rocky road, rock and roll. Best of luck once you're stuck in the gust, become one with Earth's crust. Stop one huff of the dust. Instrumentals clashing with thunderclaps when we lash out. Wake up at the microphone, run it back how the track sound. I see you looking up to us like what, you feeling rash? Did you realize it only took a breath to peel the scab? Mustered up the courage to admit we're real in fact. Muttered what the fuck and let your line reel you back. How we go hard in his verses but he's awkward in person. Remain alert but never foggy when the posse disperses. Collar dirty, never popped or had an office to work in. Hallowed be thy name, now but homie hollow is churches.
For your health, you should listen to me closely. I'm coming for the head of anybody that's boasting. I'm roasting all these silly little fools with goofy ass bars sounding like Steve Brule. It's cruel. Who even gave you a chance? I guess you passed go and had to pay all your fans. Goddamn, thought this was chess to checkers, but I'm just a motherfucker with no singles or records.
Lazy and deranged, all this weight you don't amount to shit. Laying comfy on the couch until the house gets flipped. I'm all ears for a voice, but big mouths get dick. To me it never really matters who the loudest is. Leave them huddled one by one in flooded basements when the staring bass ripped the roof off to let the rain in. Outside I waited, heard the moonlights taking strays in. Found my place gazing up at asteroids and spaceships.
Talking shit, never carried a heavy stick. Limping to the back, looking for a pot of lick. It's so obvious you can't job with us, so let's pack the bus and skip all the fuss. Fucking bottom feeders feed them ether. You still rapping, smoking reefer, copycat, you goddamn cheater. We don't fucking get it either. Amoeba, we spit that Thomas O'Malley. You a dog with no bite, some incessant howling.
Vexing to those who make sure to see my head's in check, cause the turmoil I've borne throughout the years won't get me stressed. Over aching bones, only know what broken's like. On the lonely roads, you can't fully mosey overnight. Talk about mileage, was the last one a dream or was it real? The cousin of sleep is creeping on your heels. Let your teen get a glimpse of how rebellion feels, watching amoebas re-emerge again to level the field.
Hail from the Shire, but that isn't where my bag ends. 5'7", no excuse for why I'm dragging. Fire speech, like my name was dialogue. Can't make it any clearer, you should fucking change that dial, son. It's been a minute since you saw the kid this cocky. Been knocked down a few times and slurring speech just like I'm Rocky. But I ain't running steps, and I skipped out on the montage, just trying to make cash so I can buy a spot in Montauk.
We're merely spectators of this game that you often lose at. Maneuvering through backyards, hearing the hush of who that's. And no, it ain't critters eating trash out of your garbage cans. Who the fuck you really think your dogs have been barking at? Enemies of amoebas exist to flee the coop. Interdimensional beings, yeah, we see you need a boost. Let us uplift you, yeah, we heard that you're out to seek the truth. Don't believe what you see, cause it ain't us they reveal to you.
Man, we bust down the doors like it's Batman and Robin. Spit a witty one-liner just to get the heads bobbing. We captain the ship, ship, navigate with the breeze. Hum to the shanties, deep sea Mr. Freeze. So please tuck your hands inside the vessel at all times. We chuck the dead weight, cross the meridian lines. Amoebas chumming the waters, leading lambs to the slaughter. You're 40 leagues too deep, bellies up like an otter.
I'm just like, it's a plane or a satellite or something. But I swear it was getting closer and closer. And I thought I was bugging, so I'm like, do you guys see this?
Amoebas in the news brought to you from the craters. Fumigate the underground, consume earth by the layers. Loose screws wriggle from the smooth operator. Rink something so lucid that it's chewing through the paper. Bright future but the flow dark. 200 pounds of flesh stomping through the boneyard. Audio hallucinogenic made them look. Had them wishing that they could erase us for the greater good. But amoebas can't afford to lose a damn mission. Precious data pertaining to these human transitions. So I told Duff, hold up, I could really use a hand to help turn these losers into undisputed champs. AMOEBAZ with the view to enhance. Won't be nothing new when the W is in our hands. It's Big Brother from another galaxy to the burbs, dropping element 115 for you nerds. Slawth the Czar, take a snap, all you see is a blur. Motherfucker, follow closer, we'll just lead you to dirt. Might turn this pretty little world into a mockumentary. It won't be the FBI this time to shock you mentally. Might land the whip on your leader, while Deltron 3030 pushes through the speakers. Lose your way northbound, wake up in a beaker. Don't need a lab coat to turn your crew into believers, kid. There's a place where the truth thrives, I'ma take them to it. Crop circles in Elysia Fields, you can hear the music. Amoebas made it clear you should not be a hero, stupid. We keeping the fear of you and conspiracy theorists tuned in. Who said unidentified? Touche. New friends visit from the skies. Picking cattle from your playing field. Comet out of beef, drop got 'em feeling like amoebas crawling from beneath. Who said unidentified? Touche. New friends visit from the skies. Picking cattle from your playing field. Comet out of beef, drop got 'em feeling like amoebas crawling from beneath.
We plummet from the sky, you're just right for the picking. Call me Darkwing Duff, flying in with the quickness. Nowhere to hide, no reason why to identify. We're wreaking havoc in the sky. Take me to your leader, like hummingbirds to the feeder. Poison your sugar water, couldn't make it any clearer. Ingest a healthy dose of fear. Your peers are here, we pierce their ears with songs of old that cut like spears. Amoebas up like hold my beer. To get back to the passion, we act like we're lacking with a healthy appetite. So don't ask why we're snacking or latch into faces. It's game over, man. Still fuck all your placements like we gave a damn. Crop circles show up as the pot boils over. You watched it too long, now it's about to smolder. You pull out your phone, call up Scully and Mulder, but amoebas roll up like it's Sisyphus boulder. Where the itch you can't scratch on your back, but you're reaching. The instincts you lack on a track we'll be teaching. 3:33 on the clock got you thinking. The hair on your neck standing up got you drinking. The slit in the blinds on the window where you're peeking. The shadow from the moon and the clouds where we're sneaking. You once thought it prudent, but now you're rethinking. Cause that saucer lit up while your stomach was sinking.
Who said unidentified? Touche. New friends visit from the skies. Picking cattle from your playing field. Comet out of beef, drop got 'em feeling like amoebas crawling from beneath. Who said unidentified? Touche. New friends visit from the skies. Picking cattle from your playing field. Comet out of beef, drop got 'em feeling like amoebas crawling from beneath. From the deep.
Bigger, and then it stopped. And then it just shot off out of sight so fast that I don't know what else it could have been, honestly. Again, I've had several weird things like that happen, but this one was like so convincing and so real and so just unexplainable.
Cloak and daggers type, midnight trail ride, slowed out the frog's throat like sloth den swamp life. Rummage through the pockets, get a penchant for the finer things. A penny pinching pessimist, less Iliad, more Odyssey. An oddity, a fucking freak of nature. Never turned coat, never left the harbor safer. Tiptoeing through the tulips, you're pushing up daisies. In this theater of mine, I must be fucking Scorsese.
Even though my dream is world peace, I'm still a piece of shit. All beef diet on that island yelling eat the rich. But that's a dead horse, come spiraling the hayfields in perpetual motion like Spitfire skate wheels. Search parties working, never saw 'em but you heard 'em. Rock the mic in isolation like the North Pond hermit. Leave a listener in thickets when the verse is too dense. The lingo been wicked epistle and lovers itching their heads.
Yeah, but me and you just know we're not the same effort. The difference is that I was in the drain dredging, driving sheets under the crane while the rain setting, and picking weed out of the carpet used to scrape resin. I break second on the turnpike to Cape Netick. I'm back and forth so much you would think I break records. And the name is hard to spell like Ray Shremmer, but the bars giving chills, shakes tremors.
Napoleonic complex, fuck a chip on both shoulders. If I turn the other cheek, it could always be colder. I'm getting bolder, I think I should level up. Roll the dice, that's 20-sided. If you wanna press your luck, get it. Coming and going, shit, we're ambidextrous. Coughing up your coffers sounds real nefarious. This feels so natural, you must be at a disadvantage. Amoeba's perfect vantage, inflicting critical damage.
Your homie told us he was sick, we hit him with that bubonic. Real butter smooth, your whole stage show was blue bonnet. Hijacked your DJ booth, threw some cube on it. Gangsta rap made me do some deadlifts, I grew on it. Off rip, we love to see a loser. Pocket winnings went from Tupac to Slawth's a little too apocalypse. He blew the roof off that pigeonhole. The locals tried to dig me once that beat dropped. The sky fell, shit was off the hizzy.
Euro step pivy, it's heroin through the midi, it's drippy. All these symbols round, I'm competition dizzy. It's that old saying that's sick in the brain, don't you remember? Every lyric I read of yours blew like a gang member. Just do the math on who it is that I break bread with, and know that maybe one time I had to take second. And honestly, even then you'd have to take a second. Most rappers after me, they have to do their take again.
Never run the function, GMing from the sidelines. Prone to talking shit, but you ain't even worth the bovines. Couldn't catch our drift if you were strapped out to the tow lines. Not even worth your weight if you were trapped down in the gold mine. Get your perception in check, you're only fooling yourself. The best you ever did is collecting dust up on our shelf. So don't stumble in the dungeon, man, you ain't a desperado. Just a desperate, degenerate searching for some bravado.
There's no technique to sweat if the opposition best at nothing. Since we started, we've been sliding on their necks like Eddie Munson. Live from the upside down, amoebas knock them off the map. Ask what genre we fall under, we just called it lobster trap. Mileage total, all sixes, floored this bitch to hell and back. So at home in the Thunderdome, we laid the welcome mat. Stars begin to die out in the sky, you know that something's up. It's every season when it goes from what's your sign to what the fuck.
I mean, sure, they could argue the image a little shaky, but it's a tough sell to underrate me. Cause they stream, but they can't seem to outflow me. Either way, we break it down, and that's even lately. I just blew the dust off, I don't do it on a daily, unless they want to pay me. Cash is clay, but that don't shape me. Honestly, I wrote this in 5, how long it take me? And I'm not in a rush, I crush, that's not a maybe. The facts are in an audio form, fuck is you crazy, you want proof? I'm out of the roost, rabbit with rabies. Blew the guts out of this bitch like the Nia Willis McGahee. I put everybody on that I could, I never gatekeep. My skin well conditioned, just listen, don't call me flaky. My pen put the breath to the game like a clogged trachea. I still take your bitch in some croc sweats and a plain tee. I guess he's still that same kid for me, ain't he? Sheesh.
I could flee the scene, but I'm stuck in my bed, feeling sick to my stomach, kinda fucked in the head. Spent a couple of days playing checkers with death, but the pitchfork was formed to swap the shovels instead. Didn't help much for a master in chess. They lined up straight to personified dredge, and would you believe it, I dove straight to the dirt. Eyes closed, head first, wipe the mud on my shirt.
Yeah, I look up, eyes staring to the sun, they cook up in the mud so thick, my red form and foot stuck. The red steadily decline grinding on thermometers, and the bass stays shaking the desk beneath my monitors. These capes waving incomprehensible to these commoners that can't seem to get their focus down on their binoculars. We mustn't stop honesty of today's a new phenomenon. These chapters once dream soaked, wrote an Necronomicon.
Silly rabbit, welcome to the pipe dream. Eyes red from crying, got a grip up on the Visine. I mean, what the hell am I doing? Never influenced to move you and shit so incongruent. Back to the pages, heavy-handed allegories. Stories feeling boring, but they keep the ego soaring. And would you believe it? I went straight to the pen. Fresh page, clean head, started over again.
To the esophagus of bile, only exiled kings can vomit up walls in the counterculture with audio hot as ramen cups. Wake up mid-apocalypse to death clock like top of the morning, stomping out songs with dark roast in the coffee mug. Panoramic capture the whole view like photographers. Spit volcanic rocking you to the core like trauma does. Not a tsunami up in my wave like the lager, bro. We aim through you rookies and into the gold like hockey pucks. Can't see through clouds ahead, so fly slow. Don't need rope to pull me up from my lows. Oh my, where does time go? Won't let these long nights diminish my glow. Can't see through clouds ahead, so fly slow. Don't need rope to pull me up from my lows. Oh my, where does time go? Won't let these long nights diminish my glow.
Anticlimactic, I don't buy it for a second. Snake oil salesman steady begging for attention. Writing checks you can't cash, sad clown face paint. Run the risk of whiplash when you tap the brakes late. So duck for cover, jump the curb for pleasure. Get a set of brass ones, but I think it's hard to measure. And would you believe it? I step back to the plate, heels dug, choked up, but struck out in the air.
Yo, in terms of peace and quiet, I don't think we've ever met. That I could hold these trenches down with full chest and empty head, but not eyes wide, 5 a.m. haunted by the hindsight. End up at rock bottom, swan diving from the high life. Population sloth, aka sorry beard and duff. Enclave alumni, amoebas for your tortured years. Test your fate against the ill, but unidentified. Even tied down, sharper with the tongue when pressure's high.
Conspiracies told around the campfire. Theories feeling flimsy when they're meant to just inspire. Autobiographies told in the third person. Trading bars off with sloth like an amoeba's only verses. A couple goofy rappers masquerading with a 9 to 5. Son, it's only Brooks and Dunn once you cross the county line. And would you believe it? Shit don't faze me at all. I keep my flannel shirt tucked, bang my head off the wall.
Yo, tap into your spiritual, like okay all together. Malice eat no fallacy. When you catch my falling feathers, you'll see. Won't die a peon nor a student confused when the only loophole I see out the zoo is a noose. But you motherfuckers make me wanna dissipate or fake death. I shouldn't have to stretch your brain just for this to make sense. Hit me with petty shit, I'll keep my energy the same. Pouring bottom shelf whiskey on your decorated grave. Can't see through clouds ahead, so fly slow. Don't need rope to pull me up from my lows. Oh my, where does time go? Won't let these long nights diminish my glow. Can't see through clouds ahead, so fly slow. Don't need rope to pull me up from my lows. Oh my, where does time go? Won't let these long nights diminish my glow.
Yo, it was like one of those summer nights. Think back in like '96, and I was sitting out in the field with my homie. We looked up in the sky. All of a sudden, this like greenish blue light came flashing down on us. No explanation. We don't know what we saw, but goddamn, I know that was a UFO. Still an unexplained phenomena.
Man, it's like song after song, steady asking for help. Sticking my neck out for people trying to send me to hell. And if I sound like an asshole, that's just how I felt. Fuck the dealer of the cards, I know I dealt it myself. Sometimes I think you wish I was a bottle of Bacardi. Mom gets pissed when I talk shit, I'm sorry, it's jarring. Cause I'm probably bottom shelf, can't even complain, man, you said it yourself. Ranking between Bubba Kegs and a can of Diet Coke. A silly joke, 8 years old, ducking cigarette smoke.
Tui. Drew my line in the sand, I move pansy, unsure of how my own family fans a crew stand me. Punk from this uterus into the melted pot of poached egg. Learn to walk a prodigal Lieutenant Dan with both legs. Oh yes, teach me how to forget this year, man. By December, find me sifting through the empty beer cans of 5G, cuddling my immune system. Tinfoil hat compliments your superstitions. Before slimy fingers enter digits of these angels, claiming that they can save the kid with temporary halos. All I know is dishonor and betrayal. All I know is methodical escape paper. Whether sweating on a chest press, treading light as feathers on my ancestors' headdress. My body is a temple of cheap whiskey and excess. Why am I here? Every day is a quest, weeks feel like a year. I'm just realizing the cheat code to this game of life is short. I swear I'm still secreting poor decisions from the night before. Memory is hazy, a little foggy I'd say. Hairy situations, steady clogging my drain. Lost my mind to 5th grade, ever since I've been hated. Till this day ain't shit changed, the lens been jaded. The stars are out to kill me, and everyone who's fake occupy my mental corridor. They're bringing in the tanks, I know they got the secrets, but I'ma share them for ya. The greatest weapon they've ever had was your paranoia.
It's like song after song, steady asking for help, sticking my neck out for people trying to send me to hell. And if I sound like an asshole, that's just how I felt. Fuck the dealer of the cards, I know I dealt them myself. Sometimes I think I'm Malcolm from the Sixth Sense, a broken ghost or a dated reference. Cursed to earth to roam the dearth and dig the dirt, to work the hurt and divert the worst. Cause people acting like they know me, but that version fucking phony. Look in the mirror, reflection showing a motherfucker who's fucking lonely.
Thank you all for joining me here tonight. My name is Cletus. I understand some of you are here because you're lost. I lose my way from time to time. We all do. We'll start with you. There.
Me?
What's your name?
My name is Sean.
And you're the, rap guy, correct?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So what is it about this music that brings you back to Earth?
Well, you can feel the floor when unaligned chakras vibrate, like how amoebas live left the skulls knocking like migraines. Exercise a dialect or rhyme for old time's sake. Anthems of the lost might wanna play this when the sky's gray. Life ain't what it seems, but in the flames I take my time though. Cause when you're in the lows, there ain't no endings on a high note. Wanna know how I know? The grief and pain get passed down. The way we entered this life, it's no wonder why we crash out. Masochistic marauders clock in for the night shift. Boulevard of broken bottles, crawling with deprived kids. Body beats at cold blood, find them where the vines twist. My darkest moments I wrote in them songs, I'll probably die lit. Slip into a nightmare too heavy for dream catchers. Lights are fading, it's difficult to see what's left that matters. Exit themes and end credits flood until screens shatter. When these delights and angers intertwine with ever afters.
Man, you're always talking soft to us, I find it sickening. You're trying to knock my block off, but why you always missing, friend? I didn't think it was worth it till Slawth hit me with a head nod and ushered them all to the back of hearses. I can keep it real clean and still deliver you curses. I hope you find everything that you want and what's deserved. Heavy is the head, don't bite the hand that feeds you, cause these euphemistic shoegazers aren't here to just appease fools.
Well, I'm here to help you, okay? I'm no better than the rest of you. And it seems there's a darkness within you folks. Where does it come from? Where does this darkness take you exactly?
You can find amoebas lurking where the owls put the work in. The kind of darkness only comfortable, the view behind your curtains. You're out there searching for a long shot, stumbled onto what's certain. A couple motherfuckers ready to shoulder every burden. It's better in person, but that's a blue moon situation. And then I have to rhyme something else with situation. Talk about a catch-22, pardon the hesitation, but I've been double pumping jumpers since Spalding's down in the basement.
Personally, I find it helps if you try to focus on the things you can control. You know, clean your room, make your bed, go for a walk, that sort of. Wait, who the fuck are you?
Hi, my name's ASHIR and I am an addict. Haven't been here for years, but that monkey's back at it. A junkie for dark clouds, haunted grounds and black magic. Initiated self-destruction, red button, I smashed it. No way to disengage, so the outlook is tragic. At least that's what they say, but they don't know the tactics. No accidents, I crashed the ship purposely and leapt well before the impact to avoid the debris. Free falling is the policy, so apologies to all of those who chose to follow me through the hollows and eaves. In between space and time, line by line I weave a design much deeper than it seems. Fabric of reality, reshape and resize, revive, shrunken heads electrify, small minds, shocking awe as I begin to rise. An unidentified flying object, not a satellite, asteroid, meteorite, or a comet. To be honest, just another non-human biologic. Just I'm an MC, which means musically I'm cosmic. The mainstream's caustic, so I meditate with convicts to escape this mandated consciousness. Modern day mind control, which mortally constricts. Mentally confined until I finally switch. Melted this chrysalis, metamorphosis complete. Name's ASHIR the professor. Yeah. And thank you all for letting me speak.
And then all of a sudden, I notice this triangular shaped light. 3 lights in a triangle, way out over the water.
I've been walking through valleys, ducking shadows and death, afraid of planes, trains, automobiles, and what's next. They say when one door closes, another one opens. But I must have pissed the locksmith off, I ain't joking. Yo, it's young Captain missed his chance, mystified by sycophants, tickle pink with scribbled ink, trekking in my khaki pants. I'm mommy's little sweetheart, daddy's favorite regret. Getting closer to my 30s, wondering when I'm gonna meet death. I'm a shower thought away from a Nobel Peace Prize. Most days I feel caged, but they say this where freedom flies. Hi, my name is Ben, beard long, so I seem lies, but just another casualty of latchkey lies. I share a wall with friends before I share my feelings. At least when I start snoring, they'll know that I'm still breathing. And if we're talking darkness, come and meet me at the Marston, at the corner of a park, and where my pickled heart's been.
Uncharted times call for self-soul excavation. I tell Ben to press record and we commence the levitation. Yeah, we've been amazing. Strike a winter where human logic's overstood. Bitch black at 4 p.m. It's colder in the woods. Reports say no one came close but still felt symptoms. Amoebas whipping up the antidote in Hell's Kitchen. Summoned by the outcasts and the real ones in a rut. Locked within a groovy raw. I know you feel us in the cut. Before waking up in the field wondering how you got there. While every single move you make's examined through the crosshairs. You whack mortals always want a shot at the snot nose. Who crafts portals, turn to writers blocking the chalk zone. But we don't see you steadily blended with the rest of the fishes. Extraterrestrials testing your theoretical fitness. But I see the lasting effects of leeches and worms. I ask myself if bleeding's worth defending people of Earth. Document rare appearances, a duo kind of elusive. They can't depict these life forms in strange times you ain't used to. I rain L's and melt umbrellas when the solar storm rages. Remember the name, we spelled it out in corn mazes. Amoebas with the Z because we snatched it from your sleep. Voorhees and Kruger killing beats while you're trapped within a dream of the worldly rock the wormholes that phone a home where hope is dead. Hear us where the vocal stretch as far as where the ocean ends. Get more love from overseas than we do from local heads. We load the UFO and motherboard, export the dope, you know the rest. Unexpected guest commotions, overkill like Motorhead. We coast the edge, forever welcome where you overstepped.
And who are you?
Amoeba's nice to me.
And where you at?
The coldest shoulder in the northeast.
And what is this?
PSA to any human showing teeth.
And does it bang?
I don't know, Duff, you tell me.
I write poems for funerals I'll never get to its end. They say before you break you gotta learn how to bend. And that sounds a little misanthropic and make my problems seem a little microscopic. Only play pianos that are invisible by nature. I'm giving up praising an omnipotent creator. More Irish goodbye than hello, see you later.
Yeah.
Hey Slawth, can you do me a favor?
Strategically designed to chill your spine until it freezes. Then we thaw you over beats, warmer crackling vinyl. We can hack into your astral sign and unalign you till you find yourself on your hands and knees and come into the spiral. What even is reality? You ask yourself, mindful of your place but not your plane. We remind you, weaving in and out of consciousness, the destination final. We provide the finest of eulogies and we might even make them rhyme too. And who are you?
Amoeba's nice to me.
Where you at?
The coldest shoulder in the northeast.
And what is this?
PSA to any human showing teeth.
Does it bang?
I don't know, Slawth, you tell me.
That always comes up, and we all agree that, you know, we saw a UFO. We saw aliens. We saw aliens, man. You might be an alien.
If there's a God, he's probably got Frank Ocean on the record player and wakes up every day wishing he could shred like John Mayer. Probably says a couple prayers for the homies, like this one goes out to the ones who will never know me. The fakes, flakes, posers, those fucking phonies, looking for the great escape in their atoning. Not much of a believer if you'd ask me right now. Got a right hand to the sky, asking why another rain cloud. Been done with puddle jumping, think I should take a swim. Asking for a sunny day and going out on a limb. It's getting grim, and ain't no chance of this shit brightening. Living clenched above the wrist like why my muscles keep tightening. The chance is slim, I don't feel like I'm free falling. Appalling to the touch, or when they eyeball me. So size me up and call my bluff when I act tough. And press my luck and keep me stuck with words of junk and veil your hate in acts of love.
Ooh, I'm going places. Make sure you catch the bus. Traveled across the world, making transits, don't wait up. I'm scared, so you come with me and my crew. I can show you around this place. Make it back before curfew.
Do your pastures stay green or do they rot as seasons change? Relationship between the world and I don't feel the same. The path less traveled looks untouched when ghosts lead the way. But at least I know these roads enough to never be afraid. Heartbeats loud as days are long beneath them dark clouds. 2 a.m. I still don't see a shining star route. Depart from life, restart as soon as my alarm sounds. The cycle's still a part of why we're all so far apart now. In stasis, hibernation, way east. Occupation derelict, lost within a daydream. Marathonic for comic relief. The songs I write fall at my feet. Kneeling and honors the beat is a product of polished defeat. Once I saw the globe in arm's reach but couldn't palm it. When I fell from grace into all you ever found appalling. So now I try to avoid the abyss, helping the troubled and pain-soaked, rather than pointing and laughing at the people under umbrellas or raincoats. With half-full glasses left to be filled in the tavern, eyes become static, tell me, do you see a pattern? Cavernous, empty, we're the ones that will never matter until they hold up the signs judging your best and worst disasters. I can show you subtle in a slew of warm December. See, I smolder too, so soldier on, the world's your broken record. Hold your embers closely, please don't burn your hopes, but measure distance from the cold. Solo on your hunt for something better.
Ooh, I'm going places. Make sure you catch the bus. Traveled across the world, making transits, don't wait up. I'm scared, so you come with me and my crew. I can show you around this place. Make it back before curfew.
Ain't seen the sun too much, but I'm still running through these hurdles. Shirts still long and thermal, but they miss the scars and turtles. Been searching for what love more universal. Scribble circles in my journal, stuck inside Dante's Inferno. You said to write a book of poems, so I burn a book of matches, taking comfort in the flames till I was blanketed by ashes. Metaphors of phoenixes are bleeding into this with ease, and this sneezing fit and shaky knees might leave me with diseases. Shit, I'm going stir crazy. Can you help me out? Afraid to step outside, the noises get too loud, so give me a push before I jump out of the window. The credits all say Fimbro, and my legs they feel like jello. I'm heading to the sill slow, swear I'm aiming for the pillows. This shit feels so heavy, weeping steady with the willows.
Ain't seen the sun too much, but I'm still running through these hurdles. Shirts so long and thermal, but they miss the scars and turtles. Been searching for a love more universal. Scribble circles in my journal, stuck inside Dante's Inferno.
You said to write a couple songs, so I shredded all my letters, taking comfort in the phrases, ill-fated and never better. Laziness and dated and hazy fits masqueraded as greatly anticipated hits, antiquated in the trade I picked. Shit, never been good enough, why would I start now? You wanna see the scars? Don't wanna hear the how. Thanks for the push, I think I'm ready for the plummet. I'll never see the summit, man, my blinds don't let the sun in. Idle hands got me reaching out for something. If the devil's in the details, then that motherfucker's bluffing. These idle hands got me reaching out for something. The devil's in the details, but that motherfucker's bluffing.
Ain't seen the sun too much, but I'm still running through these hurdles. Shirts so long and thermal, but they miss the scars and turtles. Been searching for a love more universal. Scribble circles in my journal, stuck inside Dante's Inferno.
Dissociate Association on cruise control, ride on everyone's final nerve before waking back up like my apologies. What's the word? Never will you see my point of view, and never will I catch a good night's rest. Bringing up all of this old shit, then clinging to it like a life vest. Fight nailing to just like my music, yeah, I'm out of pocket. Shark circle in my conscience whenever I hear you talking. And when it's dark, you lend me a gaslight and pretend to be good company. I take it in without reaction, you're unaware of what I see. But as my silence grows, spare all unjustified woes. Don't be surprised when I go, sometimes I don't feel like I'm home. Climb down the stairway to heaven with the bag of traumatic stories. Ignore the world while it's burning the same way this place ignored me. My ghosts grew from their scared days, my woes dance in the airways. When you don't care anymore, the will to float or sink is fair game. Keep my chin up and my back straight, I'm anchored down on 10 toes. Still can't control how I move, some of y'all just need to let go. My grind is set forever run, I need to clear this debt mode. I'm a nightmare for coaches, plus my goals weren't in the end zone. And I've been chasing the sun in the opposite direction for so long. Flags are red, I'm losing bearings, brakes are busting, what could go wrong? Ever been afraid to brave the night, waiting for light, peace and solace? Where rivers mum scream, sunbeams torch fields where heathens frolic. Still I charge where bats disperse, promising life to seedlings. With disregard for size of beast, I'll leave their iron stomachs squeezed. Trekking through this forest alone with the pocket knife and candlestick. The real damage hides within, I'll make them wish I never brandished this. Come on.
It's not too much, but I'm still running through these hurdles. Sure, so long and thermal, but they miss the scars internal. Been searching for a love more universal. Scribble circles in my journal, stuck inside Dante's Inferno.
Inside the bed, sick message in my head. Hit snooze, pretend I'm dead. Think less about our pledge. The feeling seems to dredge, bouts of existential dread. I probably shouldn't swim so far beside the shallows. I live my life so messy, think I'm treading towards the gallows. Insomnia got me befriending the owls. Sick of counting sheep, got them clenched up in the jowls. I'm not a monster, not a menace. I just think I'm sick, or I'm living out of penance. Not dead yet, I just think I'm sick. Knotted up the butterflies to get them out is the real trick. I float through the clouds with a childlike demeanor to access the memories I lock down much deeper. The ghost and the family, the laughter, the fever, the choices we made, the pulpit, the preacher, the scars and the sorrows, the todays, tomorrows, the see you next weeks, the money we borrow, the headaches, complaints, the constant belly aches, the days spent awake looking for the next escape.
I woke up in an aimless drift one misty morning. As far as I was concerned, I was alive but didn't know. To some, the glaring defects might seem enormous, but the freedom I felt that moment was fucking dope. There's something about stability that always made me nauseous. Safety malfunction, no longer remain cautious. Plus, the most gratifying feeling never felt, watching spare parts falling off when you center yourself. I float through the clouds, hoping I disperse too. Nimbus thundering above whenever I exert truth. Heavy is the chapters you skip and never turn to. Gray be the pastures I wish I never pursued. Desensitize me, captain, level up to greater heights. Dead of winter while I'm taking my Americana's iced identity crisis. When they see I'm on the mic, they can't believe this is the same guy who documents his plights. Every day we're inching where temperatures drop and smiles fade. Sunshine hits the other side and it's a wild place. No time for sentimental when survival's detrimental. These instrumentals are vessels that we use to ride these tidal waves. Wait, anchors away with nowhere left to go. I don't have the energy to make it through an episode again. Kiss my skeleton before you send it home where all the other bones float, courtesy of the wind. Capture a moments that we hope last. The way my past unfolded is how I wrote it, so don't ask. When I say leave me alone, I bet they'll misquote that. I put folks on blast, I'm not one to hold back. Originally surfaced just to let you all down. I was met with blank stares, yeah, look who's lost now. Till you learn to blur my face, so I dilute in all crowds. Dials crank to 11 till I tune you all out.
No, keep going, I'm good. Don't fucking touch anything. Listen close, I don't know what you expected. Try to pick your chin up. Simulation theory projected, dejected, living all alone, undetected. Trying to find the significance in others who are equally defective. And it's getting harder, trying to fight for every breath. I'm not living for tomorrow, we've only got seconds left. Cause I hate this debt, and I hate this stress, and I hate all these damn regrets. I'm hacking up a lung for the smoke lodged deep beneath my chest. And hell is even less popular with these demons all around me, clouding my reality, leaving me shrouded undoubtedly. And as for tomorrow, I don't even know if it's coming, so I'm running from something that's too tough to even stomach. Man, I'm sick of these emotions, like what's the use? Cause I'm 2 steps away from teaching myself how to tie a damn noose, but I won't use it. I just wanna choke out the doubt, as long as my heart still fills with blood and pumps that shit out. Yo, I'll move past it, cause I ain't down with the dramatics. No one ever wants to be acknowledged in the past tense. That shit is for the birds, and I'm afraid of heights. I sleep away my days cause I'm just not ready for the light.
Got a lot of dead pieces underneath where my feet is. Burning smokes down my throat, in and down before it goes out. And kiss me on my gut until I throw you back up. I'll just stand by your house until it comes out my mouth.
I was afraid I was straight from home, escapism without a place to go. Dance but don't break your toes, pain develop new ways to grow. Inside into pride but hides behind eyelids, moment of silence. What did I miss? Had my eyes closed this whole time. Never did I want to open doors to it, I kept private. But then, aquaphobia set, ship's good shape but the ocean's a wreck. Walking the plank, I still stood smiling, hoping that my body washed up on an island. But the only freedom I ever felt was drowning before I departed. That's when I woke up to a semi-truck flying past the apartment. So I stand in the middle of town, my family mistakenly stammered in navigating through limitations of fake directions taken from mannequins. And even though the comfort of home is sweet, the color of gray holds bitter taste till the sun has shown what love is the first time those rain clouds dissipate.
Lucid dreaming, I'm fiending for the feeling of hanging off the ceiling, passing comatose with a joke, stargazing through the smoke. I'm flying and driving, I'm shipwrecked without a pilot. On an island I've been eyeing with a couple closed eyelids. So I'm sifting and drifting through a sea of memories. Pan left, I'm awake, stress brought me to my knees. Foggy as the night sky, groggy grumbles, now I'm tongue-tied. Sing me back to sleep, lie to me my little lullaby.
Got a lot of dead pieces underneath where my feet is. Burning smokes down my throat, in and down before it goes out. And kiss me on my gut until I throw you back up. I'll just stand by your house until it comes out my mouth.
Drifting through a sea of memories, got a lot of dead pieces.
Skip part
underneath where my throat is. I don't know.